I wanted to give a thought of my thoughts on what happened with Pressure Point. Now, this was a while ago, I'm a little late to it. Where is it? Nope, wrong one. This one. So, last week, this was last week's loading screen. Not this week, but the previous week, week 7. And I thought, well, why would they raid on Pressure Plant? This did come out before the update, but notice, why would there be Secret Service guards? We know these guys, the Secret Service guards. Why would they be here if this was on Pressure Plant? Oh, what the heck, what? And nearly escaped a midnight raid. Okay, they nearly escaped it. And if you load in the playground, it looks... no, it's a playground. If you load into the game, I've seen a lot of people saying it's a monster trap for the monster. I could definitely see that. I could see that. But it looks like it has different chambers. So why would... If we have a really big monster, why have multiple chambers? We don't have multiple monsters, right? Unless it's just multiple doors and it leads into one chamber. Okay? And then I also kind of thought maybe it's a missile silo. Makes sense. And I do believe it is a missile silo. Because, I mean, what else would it be? But then I thought, why would, if it is Newham, then why would they want to raid it? Why would they want to raid a missile silo? So, if we load in here, or if it'll hurry up, and we go down here, I'm pretty sure that under this, if it's not a missile silo, this is clearly a research facility. But here's the main thing that had me thinking. Okay. So, I looked at this, I saw this, and I thought, okay. I guess if it was these are obviously the door controls and stuff, right? This is obviously a facility. So under there could be a secret base, could be anything. But the main thing that made me think facility, and I kind of believe that this is a facility under that, another facility, and it's a missile silo. Because the Secret Service was something that's been around since season 4, right? And we haven't seen much of them. We actually, I think, didn't see them until last season when they started opening up the vault. I don't know why I'm picking up weapons. But then I noticed they still have these pipes here, right? So, this monster can obviously breathe underwater, because, we saw it in the water. So I'm thinking these tubes are still collecting something down there. But another thing that could be are fuel tubes. They could be transporting fuel, which would explain Pressure Plant. It was harvesting all that lava and all the minerals and everything for fuel for the rockets that this thing would have. And this thing is completely sealed. Like, there's no getting through this thing at all. Like, at all. And I started to think, well, and if you do some research, which I did, and I know things, I'm not dumb. If you look at this, I mean, you have these little slits, right, around these things. So then I thought, what if these are just smaller doors but then it opens up one giant door, right? So what I'm thinking is that there's no base. This thing has a missile silo in it, without a doubt. Right? So, I've really been thinking that this thing could be a missile silo, or a secret base. Okay. But then again, we've had a lot of these, and fort bites. I wanted to talk about this because there's been a lot of, fort bite locations. And I want to know, it's obviously Singularity who's putting these things in there, right? At least that's what I think. That's not what I'm talking about, though. All the fort bites locations. We didn't have a fort bite. We've had some fort bites at Snobby. We've had really fort bites anywhere. But notice how, like I said, we've gotten, most of the ones that we've gotten have been at places, from what I've at least noticed, with something happening at them. Like the ones at Snobby. As you guys know, that over the past season or two now, Snobby's been getting turned into a Viking camp. Like an extension to good old Viking mode. And we had like 2 fort fights around Snobby. We had that fort fight that had you flying through the hoops. The only thing that sucks is, oh wait, one thing. Still broken, still doesn't work. I'm really getting frustrated about it. So epic, please fix. But so I'm really thinking that what's gonna happen here is that this thing could definitely have a monster in it. But those 2 slip doors is what's really gonna get me, because this thing severely looks like a missile silo. Severely. Look at some pictures. You'll notice the similarities. And with just the way these doors are set, rectangular, would definitely make you think missile silo. Now, why would they have a missile silo, you ask? To do what you would use it for. To attack something. Secret Service, in case you haven't noticed, or Fortnite's Secret Service, that's what everyone calls them, isn't really the biggest fan of a lot of things, from what I've noticed. They don't like the Ice King, right? Or the Fire King, from what I've noticed. Or, I think. But another thing is that they haven't really attacked much. So, of course, these things would be used to attack the monster. But that's a lot of missiles that you can fit in there, depending on how big these things are. So, then I thought, well, maybe they're not just going to attack the monster. I don't think the Fire King... I think the Fire King's gone. I think he's gone for good. I think that, when they took this place, they finished him off. And Ice King still has a little bit of Polar Peak. So I definitely think that, yeah, they might bombard Polar. And maybe even Snobby and Viking Mountain. Because you'd think they'd be pretty angry when they were handling things, in Season 4. And the Meteor, and then, a Viking. With handling all of it and everything. And of course, Vikings show up. And with Vikings, seemingly taking over locations, monsters in certain areas, you'd think it'd be the Secret Service's job to handle that. So I definitely think they might even bombard that. But another place they might bombard is Tilted. And here's what I'm thinking. I've seen a lot of people saying that Neo Tilted, being called Neo Tilted, seems like that every season it's going to be destroyed to fit that season thing. I think eventually Tilted is going to bite the dust, and for good, you know? Because it's Tilted. Maybe it won't. And here's another thing. Greasy is still ice. Even though, like, something's gonna happen here. And another thing I'd like to talk about is, well, Dusty. With it getting filled in. I severely believe this. Maybe I'm crazy. But I think they are eventually going to fill in Dusty. And here's why. Dusty is the really big hole in the ground. And it's using up a lot of space. And right now, Dusty really doesn't belong to anyone. Because the Secret Service base, well, it's in ruins. No one's there. At all. And the diner, it's just a museum now. And maybe it won't get destroyed. Maybe it won't get filled in. But I definitely think it might happen. And another thing is Sunny Steps. We got Sunny Steps last season. And we got it, and it was just kind of the home of a few skins, right? And you'd think it'd have a little bit more to do with the lore. So they might even fact Sunny. And I think there's really only one faction left that could really pose a threat to the Secret Service. And that's these guys. Down here. People of Frostfire. I don't remember what their actual name is. I don't think they even have one. I've never heard of any names for them. But, you know, AIM, the army of them, you know, and, you know, Lynx, Zenith, and Sergeant Winter. They're really the only faction that really hasn't had anything happen since season 7. So maybe they will have something happen here. Maybe they won't. Oh, that's fine, because my walls. Oh, and of course, no, I don't. If I can not be garbage, that'd be nice. And of course I fudge up. But anyway, I just think that it's a little... Okay, in a minute. So, major thing is this thing is maybe it is Monster Trap, but my main thought is I miss Asylum. I definitely think that is more likely and more common to happen than a Monster Trap. Because why have 2 doors? Right? You know, why have 2 doors? And my major, you know, thought is that it really is just going to be a missile site. For 2 feet. What are they trying to do? Hit it in the groin? 1 foot's right here, 1 foot's right here, and then this thing in the middle, when it goes down, it's going to hit him in the groin. Yeah, they're trying to hit the monster in the groin. They're trying to hit the monster in the groin.
They're trying to paralyze him.
A missile silo would be A missile silo would be way more
It is a
effective.
missile silo.
Huh?
It is a missile silo.
Exactly.
Well, not like a missile silo. It's there's two.
I cannot hear you. Jory, your mic is lagging.
Two warheads.
To make a giant warhead?
It's two.
Yeah. 2 giant missiles. A freaking missile
Not
silo.
missiles. Nukes.
Okay. I highly doubt nukes.
Yeah, there's nukes. There's already a texture for nukes. They're 2 mini nukes. It's not gonna blow the whole island up. But they said they're trying to take out at least a whole chunk of the island. They're gonna
What?
separate it. It's gonna be like 2 little islands.
Why would they want to do that, though? Why would the Secret Service want to do that?
Add a tropical island right there. It's the whole portion that has Pleasant and Junk and Haunted in it.
Yep, the Secret Service wants a tropical island. Yeah.
That's what it already was. There was already leaks.
Jory, we both know how
Yes.
leaks end up.
Millions, and every single one was the same one. I highly doubt that's crazy. If there were millions of them, I haven't seen any other leak for that.
I'm just trying to make a theory, okay? I'm not here to argue about any other theories. I'm not here about leaks.
I've only seen that one.
Okay.
One for my friend.
In a minute.
Wait, just move. Hey, he's so much on it. I'm trying to complete this. Man, you know what I need right now?
What?
I need that same glitch that happened in freaking Fortnite Mirrors to happen again.
What glitch? Oh. Well, that's you, buddy.
Yeah, still, like I'm saying, I hope it does glitch. Oh, they brought back the crossbow!
Just not
Oh
really
my
fun.
god, today is literally just a freaking emoticon. Bus driver, I finished top 20?
It's easy. I've already done it twice. I have not literally only played 2 matches.
Yeah, never mind, I'm not doing that today.
Oh, that's easy.
If it was hard to place top 10 50 times, imagine trying to do this 5 times. Oh, never mind, it's animated. I'm so confused. It's animated.
You just don't realize that? What does it mean, Migo? I do not want to be bugged at the moment. I can't hear you. You talk like a mouse.
BRB.
Okay. Oh, my mouse. But my major thought on this is that it's a freaking missile silo. And maybe it is 2 giant warheads, but I actually think it's just a bunch, not a whole bunch, maybe 6 per medium-sized missiles. Yeah, sure they'd want to create a tropical island, but why would the Secret Service want that? maybe profit, maybe money, maybe. But my main thing is 12 missiles total, 6 in each silo, medium size. 6 missiles going to kill the monster, and the other 6 to take out their competition. That is my major idea for this. I could be wrong. I mean, I kind of have a solid little proof to everything, but at any moment, those missiles could go launching. Or at any moment, it could open up, and we get to see a freaking monster get hit in the groin. I really want to see that now, that'd be hilarious. But I doubt. And my major thing, though, is maybe, like I said, it doesn't make sense. But my major thing is, why have little reinforcements like this? Unless a missile silo, right? This is way more than 6 missiles. So, never mind, it might not be 6 missiles. But I'm thinking if these things open up, right? Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. But these reinforcements are here so that if the missiles, this is common. I've done a little bit of research, but reinforcements are put like here to identify where the missiles are at, so they actually know. And if the missile actually ignitions and it goes up, there's more reinforcement in that spot where it's going to hit. And that could be each and every single one of the chambers. Right. So it's just my thought. I mean, I could be completely wrong. We know how Epic is, and them throwing in twists. I mean, I don't think any of us suspected oh yeah, and another thing I want to mention in this video, Ruin. What the heck? Ruin was thrown into the mix, and he really didn't have anything happen? I mean, I haven't seen anything on him. Maybe he caused the volcano to erupt? I don't really know. I mean, maybe Ruin didn't have anything to do with anything. He may have just been random. I mean, it really could have been anything. It really could have. But who knows? I will see you. Wait, where is it? Oh wait, no, I have it on my thing too. I see you later, mi amigos. Oh, also I made this up. It's just kind of funny in my opinion. Oh, I don't have it. Never. Hold up. Where is it? Maybe I did this on my stream yesterday, I don't remember. Where's the else? Lock it, dab it, slick it. That sounds weird. But anyway. I'll see you later. Have a good day. Mi amigos. Be a boss. Act like you boss. And you are a boss. And man, I need a bat.